Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into the nightcap of Day 2 from the 2019 NACA National Championship Tournament. We got one more pool play match to come your way here tonight. Between Grace will be on the left-hand side of your screen, and Forest Lake will be on the right-hand side of your screen. Got a pretty full house here tonight after the meeting that was in here just prior to this. So we'll see how this matchup goes. Last night we had a fantastic matchup between Arthur and Somerset. Get you ready tonight for Grace and Forest Lake. Well, once again, these are best of 3 matches here in pool play. The first 2 to 25 and the last set to 15. The only real exception are 2 here. One of them is that everything starts at 4-4, at least through yesterday and today. And there is also a cap on each and every one of these sets. So it's the first 1 to 25, and then the first 1 to 15 if it goes 3 sets. So Forest Lake will serve it up first. This is Haley Reams leading the team with 46 aces. She's also the points and assists leader on Forest Lake. That one goes into the net though, and it starts off with a 5-4 lead for Grace. So Claudia Bonnet to serve, and a couple of service errors to get tonight underway. They're tied at 5. Serve here is played back up front. That's set across by Grace McKean. That will fall in. And a 6-5 lead for Grace. Into the lineup for Forest Lake comes Adana Andino. And the serve from Alexis Kellogg. A little bit of a floater. That will fall in. And the ace will make it 7-5. So Kellogg again with the serve. This played in the middle, and kill for Bella Fulbright. So back to serve for Forest Lake will be Yana Sorakamova. And that will be played to the far side, and eventually will fall in. We're all tied up at 7. Forest Lake out of Apopka, Florida. As the Panthers serve it up here. Set to the far side, put across there by Zolna. In the front, Fulbright will put it across. And again played into that back line. Set to the outside for Alexis Ovalle, and that's out of bounds. So Forest Lake will continue to serve. Sorakamova's serve. Played now back in the middle of the floor and sent across by Ovalle, and that will fall in. We're back tied at 8. Into the lineup for Forest Lake comes Camille Badger. And to serve for Grace is Grace McKean. McKean's serve is a rocket, but just out of bounds. So make it a 9-8 lead for the Panthers. As in for Forest Lake comes Alexis Goodman in her first year of playing volleyball there at Forest Lake. So Yadelin Lopez to serve it up. He played back to the near side, put across by Ovalle, and that's deflected. So go to a 9-8 lead for Grace, and Alexis will get set to serve. Serve played up front to Lopez, back in the middle. That hit way out of bounds. We call that a home run off the hand of Logan Hilliard. And now 10-9. That carries out of bounds. Service error will give it back over to the Panthers. We're all tied up at 10. Back in for Forest Lake comes Ila Lassel. And Allison Shim with the serve. That hit into the net by Emma Dobler. And once again, Shim the serve for Forest Lake. An 11-10 game. This return right back up to the net and hit into the net by Hilliard. And tied at 11 as Emma Forbes checks in for Forest Lake. So serve here from Cheyenne Zolna, a little bit of a short floater serve. And that put across. And that up front deflects off the hit of Dobler. Now back to the outside, and that hit out of bounds by Claudia Bonnet. Back to serve for Forest Lake is the libero Shania Lee. Shania's serve is out of bounds, so that service error will give it back over to Grace. They're tied at 12. And Emma Dobler to serve here for the Patriots. And that's going to be an ace. Nice looking serve from Emma, making it 13-12 Grace. That's a rocket out of bounds. So back tied at 13. And for Forest Lake is Bella Fulbright along with Haley Reams. Haley will get set to serve. So we've rotated all the way around once for the Panthers. Right back to where we started on the initial net serve. And that is out of bounds. So service error gives it back to Grace as they now lead at 14-13. Grace Christian out of Valrico, Florida, coached by Madison Blaylock. This is her first year with this team. Matter of fact, Grace McKean is the only returning varsity member on this year's team. I want to talk about re-racking everything. Not only that, but Coach Blaylock played at Grace right here at NACA, played in college, and then came back to coach Grace. Speaking of things going full circle. And that serve out of bounds by Adana Endino. Now 15-14 lead for Grace. So serve from Kellogg, a short serve, and nobody goes to get it. So that'll make it 16-14. And again, Kellogg to serve. Back in the middle of the floor. That's sent across for the kill by Bella Fulbright. Make it 16-15. And now Yana Sarakamova to serve for Forest Lake. This back in the middle, put across and out of play by O'Valley, and tied at 16. Sorokimova to serve. Back up front, that return into the net. So an ace will make it 17-16 Forest Lake. Serve played back up front. It's bumped over, now the set. And this will fall in, so 18-16, the Panthers lead, and timeout to Grace. We'll take a break as well. Back in 1 minute. You're watching the NACA. So one of the timeout, Forest Lake leads at 18-16. Yana Sorokimova will serve once again. Yana's serve is tipped across. That played out of the net and saved by Fulbright. Back in the middle, tip, that is blocked. And make it a 19-16 lead for the Panthers. Serve from Sorokimova. Tracked down and now sent across. And that deflected. Back out front and bumped over. Sent back across by Hilliard. To the outside, and that mishit by O'Valley. Make it a 20-16 Forest Lake lead. Again, Sorokimova's serve is an ace. I'll make it 21-16. Again, this is the last of pool play. Tomorrow, everybody will be in their respective brackets, and it will be single elimination for those national championship banners that are hanging on the wall. 4 different classes with 12 teams in each class. That deflected, now tipped across. And sent back over by McKean. It's left up front, and Alexis can't handle it, so 22-16. And timeout to Grace. Back in 1 minute. You're watching the NACA. So out of the timeout, Sorokimova will continue to serve with the Panthers up 22-16. And this will be end ace. Make it 23-16. On a serve is out of bounds. Service error will give Grace a point, make it 23-17. And the lone leftover from the varsity team last year for Grace is Grace McKean. She'll be set to serve here. And that is out of bounds. So go back over to Forest Lake as Yadelin Lopez and Alexis Goodman will check in. By the way, Grace has been coming to the NACA tournament since 1988, and they have won a championship in the past. Let's put a cross, and that will be in on the near sideline, making it 24-18, still set point here. Serve here played up front, tipped into the net. Make it 24-19. And we have a timeout to Forest Lake. Again, back in 1 minute. We're watching the NACA. Out of the timeout, still set point. That will go out of bounds, and that'll do it for set one. Forest Lake wins it 25-19. We'll take another break, come back in 3 minutes with the start of set two. You're watching the NACA.
Can one choice change a life? When it's a big choice like choosing a college, it's safe to say yes. Put yourself in the shoes of a new student. You want teachers you can really learn from, classes you look forward to, friends who share your faith, and times you won't forget. But more than that, you want a college that prepares you to serve God with your life. Pensacola Christian College offers all this and more. Come see what a Christ-centered campus is like during college days at Pensacola Christian College. Visit pcci.edu for more info.
Start of set number 2. And that hit out of bounds. So a 5-4 lead for Grace. Again, in these pool play matches, everything starts at 4-4. Just to try to shorten things up a little bit and keep everything on schedule. That serve goes out of bounds for Claudia Bonnet. Serve here from Haley Reams. Played back, and that hit into the net by O'Valley. A 6-5 lead for Forest Lake. Played now up front, set to the outside. That just tipped over. Sent back in the middle, that just tipped over. Set in the middle of the floor, and a kill there for Yana Sarakamova. 7-5 lead for the Panthers. Serve here by Reams. Taken back on the near side. That put across and down by Alexis O'Valley. Make it 7-6. And Alexis Kellogg to serve. And I have a discussion here with Forest Lake and the official on the far side as they will have that substitution go in. I don't know if it's about how fast they're doing the substitution or where, but just cleaning things up a little bit on the far sideline. Put across up front. Set to the middle. That's hit out of bounds. Make it an 8-6 lead for Forest Lake. And now Yana Sarakamova back in. Now Melkia Saul enters the lineup. This played back out front. Put across there by Cheyenne Zollner. Make it 8-7. There's Adana and Dino back in. And we have a timeout to Forest Lake. We'll take one as well. We're back in 1 minute. You're watching the NACA. Well, Forest Lake and Coach Jason Lassell uses a timeout here. Actually, a very intelligent use of a timeout because I think they got something messed up either in the rotation or in their substitute order. And they wanted to make sure everything's taken care of, and now we'll have a little discussion here on the near side. And it's just an odd sequence of events. just seemed like somewhere in there things got a little off, and now the timeout has been used in order to try to figure it out, but I still don't think it's 100% clear. As now both officials on the near side talking it over, and I'm not sure if they actually got it figured out here or not. I'm going to go back over to the official score. And now they'll look again at Forest Lake's lineup. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen one this confusing. Now the scorers table and the far side official now trying to figure out exactly where this is all supposed to be. And in the meantime, both teams just stand and wait. I think now, they finally have it figured out. And this serve tracked down will end up being an ace. Well, everything's tied up at 8. That serve is another ace for McKean. Make it now 9-8. That serve out of bounds. We'll go back over to Forest Lake. A 9-8 lead for Grace here as Malkia Saul checks in for the Panthers. It's played back up front and now sent across. Again, the Panthers play it up in the middle, and that's inside the near corner, so we're back tied at 9. So the serve here by Yana Sarakamova, and that hit into the net. Make it now 11-9. And we have, looks like a foot fault on Sarakamova. 11-10. So a short serve, that is an ace for Alexis O'Valley. Tied at 11 now. And some miscommunication on the far side. And that played on the far side and ends up going out of bounds. So 12-11, the lead for Forest Lake. Yadelin Lopez back in along with Alexis Goodman for the Panthers. And now the serve for Lopez. Way back across. And that'll eventually fall in, so tied at 12. Served now by Cheyenne Zolno, returned on one hit, then put back across. Grace to play in the middle, and a kill in the middle of the floor by Grace McKean. Make it 13-12, Grace. So Cheyenne Zolna again with the serve. And across there by Goodman. Up on the near side, Bonnet tipped it over. Good return from Forest Lake. To the outside, put across there by Bonnet. Now back up front and track down. Nice play by Forest Lake to track it back down. And this will end up being a Panthers point. They're tied at 13. Back in for Forest Lake comes Illa Lassel. Illa back into the lineup. Serve here is an ace, hits the top of the net and rolls over. Now Allison Shim will get set to serve again with a 14-13 lead for the Panthers. And that sails out of bounds. So back tied at 14. Emma Forbes checks in. And the serve here is a service error for Emma Dobler. Again, back in for the Panthers comes Shania Lee, along with Yana Sorakamova. Serve here, tracked down, and now tipped over by McKean. McKean again with the tip. That's blocked out front. McKean again with the tip. And McKean into the net. So 16-14, the lead for Forest Lake. It's played to the outside. That was blocked up front. Sorakamova will put it back down. Make it a 17-14 lead for the Panthers. So here, played back in the middle. Sent across there by Dobler. Sorakamova will put it across. That blocked up front. And it'll come back down on the side of the net for Forest Lake to get a point. And 18-14, the lead for the Panthers, and a timeout. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're watching the NACA. Serve here from Shania Lee. That's blocked up front. And then into the nets is Yana Sorakamova. Make it 18-15. So Grace will have a substitution here. I've got a million numbers and names in this thing, but I also have two names that don't have any numbers in the program. So this is either Evie Service or Faith Russo, one or the other. And Ace serves up, makes it 18-16. And that serve goes out of bounds. So now 19-16. Haley Reams and Bella Fulbright back in. Reams will get set to serve for Forest Lake. Back in the near side, that tipped across. Now Sorokamova puts it over. Blocked up front. Back in the near side, put across there by Ovali. And there's a nice hit from the back line by Shania Lee. Make it 20-16. Claudia Bonnet back in for Grace. It's tipped across. Good play up front by McKean. Make it now 20-17. Alexis Kellogg to serve. First, Ariana Sims will check in. And Sims will serve. Serve here into the net. Make it 21-17. As Kellogg will check back in. So another discussion here on the far side between Forest Lake and the official. So the serve now from Adana Adino. Back over now, a good dig on that near sideline. Put across by Fulbright. And will eventually fall in for Forest Lake, making it 22-17. And a timeout to Grace. Back in 1 minute, you're watching the NACA. So out of the timeout, Andino with the serve. Tracked down back up front. That hit into the net by Zolna. Making it now 23-17. Andino with the serve. And that's sent across. And that partially blocked up front. And then saved back in the middle of the floor. That's deflected and falls in. So now 23-18. Grace McKean to serve for Grace. And that chipped up front, but still falls in for Forest Lake. making it 24-18. And now match points for Forest Lake as Malkia Saul checks in. Serve here is out of bounds. Make it 24-19. Back in for Forest Lake comes Camille Badger. Again, match points for the Panthers. And the serve from O'Valley. Turn back. Grace to play it on the near side. That is out of bounds, and that'll do it. So Forest Lake wins it 25-19 as they take it in 2 straight sets. Sure to come back with us tomorrow. We'll get things started off at 9 a.m. on Championship Friday. We'll have a couple of games from Division 4 to kick off your Friday, 9 and 11. We'll, of course, have all 4 division championships later on Friday as well. Forest Lake wins it. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast today. We'll see you back here tomorrow. You've been watching the NACA National Championship Tournament.